Welcome back to Investing Talk podcast. Today we're tackling a question many of you have actually been asking. Is MRA a good time to buy now? We're going to break down everything you need to know about this company, looking at recent financials, market analysis, and yeah, even some interesting rumors floating around. Before we jump in, just a quick request. If you find these discussions valuable, please do hit that subscribe button, like this particular conversation, and maybe leave us a comment. And hey, if there's a specific company you want us to look into next, drop its name in the comments below. We really do love hearing from you.
Absolutely. And our mission today is to sift through all that data and give you a really comprehensive picture of MR Holdings. They're a significant player in the Bitcoin mining space, no doubt. We'll explore the recent performance, look at future prospects, and importantly, outline the risks involved, so you can walk away feeling well-informed.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with the fundamentals. For those who might not be as familiar, MRA Holdings, they're one of the top Bitcoin miners in North America, right? What's been happening with their core business lately?
Well, what's fascinating here is their operational growth. It's been quite robust. In fiscal year 2024, their revenue hit $388.1 million. Now, that's a pretty substantial jump from $278.2 million in 2023.
Wow, that's nearly 40% annual growth.
Exactly. And that's not just the top line. They also managed to reverse a net loss, reporting $53.7 million in net income for 2024. Their gross profit margin improved significantly, too, up to 46%. That signals a real shift towards profitability.
That does sound impressive. What's really driving that kind of growth? Is it just adding more machines?
It's largely due to their very strategic focus on scaling up Bitcoin mining capacity. They more than doubled their installed hash rate, that's their computing power, to 53.2 EHs by the end of 2024. And crucially, they also focused on efficiency, reducing production costs down to about $19,158 per Bitcoin by Q4 2024. Management seems really committed to more expansion and better margins.
So with that kind of expansion, what does it all mean for their financial health? Are they swimming in cash or are they heavily leveraged?
Their financial health actually appears quite strong, especially considering the sector. As of the end of 2024, total assets were around $2.12 billion. Sure. And importantly, they had a healthy $533 million in cash and equivalents, plus another $436 million in digital assets.
And liabilities.
Total liabilities stood at $404 million. Their debt is actually minimal compared to their cash position. We're talking a debt-to-equity ratio below 0.25x, so very low leverage, which gives them flexibility.
That's definitely a good sign. And what about their cash flow from operations?
That's improved dramatically, too. Operating cash flow in 2024 was $226 million.
Compared to?
Just $44 million in 2023, so a huge jump. And even with them spending more on capital expenditures, buying sites, expanding their free cash flow stayed solidly positive. That's thanks to the strong revenue and margin growth.
Okay, so strong financials, good growth. How do they actually stack up against their main competitors, like Riot or CleanSpark?
Yeah, MRA is definitely a formidable player. One of the top 3 in North America by hash rate, right up there with those names you mentioned. Their edge comes from that scale, which helps them negotiate better energy deals, lower costs. Plus, they've diversified their mining facilities across different locations.
Ah, so that helps with uptime and power flexibility.
Exactly. It reduces risk. However, this sector is, well, it's incredibly dynamic. Competitive pressures are constant. And you always have the risk of rivals making breakthroughs in mining hardware efficiency. It's a constant race.
Right. Always evolving. Okay, let's switch gears now to the stock itself. What have we seen recently in terms of price action and, the technicals?
So looking at the stock price, recently, it's been trading in the $15 to $18 per share range. It's been, well, volatile. No surprise there for a Bitcoin miner. It peaked around $22 back in March 2025.
And pulled back since then.
Yeah, mostly due to some softness in Bitcoin prices across the board. Key support levels seem to be around $14 and $15.
And resist.
Looks like it's in the $18 and $52 and $19 zone based on the last 90 days or so.
And what are the indicators telling us about momentum? Is it picking up or slowing down?
Well, right now the price is hovering near its 200-day moving average, kind of consolidating after that earlier run-up. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, is pretty neutral, sitting around 45 to 50, so it's not screaming overbought or oversold.
Okay.
Volatility, as we said, is high, about 60% on the 30-day historic measure. That's just the nature of these stocks. And the MCD indicator, it's flat to maybe slightly negative, suggests momentum has stalled a bit, but not necessarily a strong reversal signal yet.
Okay, so technically kind of in a holding pattern. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. What about recent news? Any major events impacting MRA in the last, say, 3 months?
Oh, yeah, there's been quite a bit happening. July 2025 was pretty significant. They released their Q2 2025 financials, reported a 64% year-over-year revenue increase to $238 million. That's strong.
Very strong.
But the headline grabber was this massive 505% surge in net income to over $800 million.
Wow, 800 million. Where did that come from?
Primarily driven by the increased value of their Bitcoin holdings. They hold a lot of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Then in August, their unaudited production numbers looked good, 7 out of 5 Bitcoin mined, showing their expansion goals are on track. Sentiment around that time, you saw some analyst notes suggesting the stock might even be undervalued by, like, 36%.
Interesting. And what about September? Any updates then?
September saw them update production again for August, raising their total Bitcoin holdings to nearly 52,500 Bitcoin. That's a substantial digital asset base.
It really is.
They also made some key strategic international moves, announced progress on a joint venture with Exaion, a French company.
Exaion, what do they do?
They're specialists in blockchain infrastructure and digital energy. MERA secured a 64% stake. And alongside that, they established their European headquarters in Paris.
Paris, okay. So a clear push into Europe.
Definitely. Reinforces their international growth plans, energy partnerships, and they even mentioned potential AI-driven energy repurposing. That could be a whole new angle.
Fascinating. With all this corporate activity, any notable insider moves, buying or selling? And what's the general feeling among analysts?
Insider activity has been pretty routine, mostly minor stuff. Think compensation-based share vesting for tax purposes, not large discretionary selling.
So nothing alarming there.
No, doesn't seem like it. As for analysts, the consensus seems to be generally hold to moderate buy. Price targets are quite spread out, though, maybe $17 to $24.
Reflecting the uncertainty.
Exactly. Uncertainty about Bitcoin prices, the next halving event, it clouds the picture. Social sentiment online is moderately positive, focusing on MRA's scale, but yeah, worries about Bitcoin's volatility are always there.
Okay, so looking forward then, what could really move the needle for MRA? Short term and maybe longer term, what are the potential catalysts we should watch?
Short term, the big one is the Q3 2025 earnings report, likely coming in November. The market will be laser-focused on updates about their mining expansion and, crucially, their cost targets for Q4.
Right.
They're staying efficient. Also, keep an eye out for potential new partnership announcements or maybe more site acquisitions. Management has kind of hinted at that.
And of course,
Bitcoin price action itself. That will always directly impact revenues and the stock price. It's just unavoidable in this sector.
makes sense. And for investors thinking longer term, what are the bigger forces at play?
Long term, the next Bitcoin halving event, estimated around April 2028, is huge. It cuts mining rewards in half, forcing everyone in the industry to become even more efficient. It'll be a major shakeup.
A survival of the fittest, almost?
Kind of, yeah. Then there's potential regulatory changes in North America or impacting energy markets. Those could be significant. And just continued scaling, diversifying sites further, maybe even mergers and acquisitions among the public miners. The landscape could look quite different in a few years.
We've also heard some rumors, some market chatter. Anything concrete there, or just speculation that could act as a catalyst if it pans out?
Well, there are a few speculative things floating around. One bit of chatter is that MRA might look to acquire the rest of Exaion, fully taking over that JV to speed up European expansion.
Okay, possible.
Industry rumors also hint at a potential large-scale AI partnership, maybe leveraging that new Paris base and their energy infrastructure. That would be a big shift.
Interesting diversification play.
Could be. Some analysts even speculate about a potential Nasdaq index reclassification if MRA manages to grow a significant digital energy revenue stream separate from mining. And finally, some observers think MRA might be quietly buying up more Bitcoin at current lower price levels. A bold balance sheet move, if true.
Lots of potential angles there, though speculative. But with all these opportunities, we have to ask about the flip side. What are the main risks investors really need to weigh up?
That's a crucial question. The biggest stock-specific risk, without a doubt, is the direct exposure to Bitcoin price cycles. Revenues, margins, they're highly sensitive to Bitcoin's ups and downs. Sustained weakness in Bitcoin would hit their profitability hard.
Right, the number one factor.
Absolutely. Then there are energy supply risks, sudden cost spikes, power outages. Those can directly impair mining operations. There's also concentration risk. Their business is almost entirely dependent on Bitcoin mining right now.
Not much diversification yet.
Not really.
Hmm.
And finally, while maybe minor, there's always potential dilution risk from routine insider vesting or future capital raises if needed, though nothing major seems tending now.
And beyond MRA specifically, what about the broader market or sector risks?
Definitely need to consider those. Cryptocurrency regulation is a huge one. Unfavorable government actions could really impact mining globally. Technology risk is constant too. Hardware becomes obsolete quickly. And there's intense competition for cheap energy resources. And just the sector itself is incredibly volatile. Bitcoin miner stocks often amplify Bitcoin's moves, leading to really rapid swings. It requires a strong stomach.
Absolutely. All right, let's try to bring this all together. What's the bottom line here? Based on everything we've discussed, what's the overall investment thesis for MRA holdings right now?
Okay, connecting all these threads. If you were to put a rating on it, maybe around a 5 out of 10 feels about right currently. Its strengths are clear. The operational scale is impressive. They've improved their cost structure, and that balance sheet is strong, low debt, good cash reserves. Those are real positives.
But the weaknesses temper that.
They do. The high sensitivity to Bitcoin's price is inherent, but still a weakness from an investment stability perspective. Limited business model diversification, ongoing regulatory uncertainty in the sector, and even those routine insider sales, which can weigh on sentiment sometimes.
So given that balance, what does the valuation look like at the current share price? Is it cheap, expensive, fairly valued?
At this $15–18 range, Bimare trades at an estimated 2025 PE of somewhere between 16 and 22 times earnings. That's generally in line with other major miners. It's not screaming value unless you expect a really significant sustained surge in Bitcoin prices from here. The current price seems to factor in the knowns.
So for our listener thinking about this, what kind of investment horizon does MRA seem best suited for? Long-term hold or more tactical?
Given the high volatility and all the sector-specific risks we talked about, Emory probably lends itself better to shorter-term trading, playing momentum around Bitcoin price swings or key events like quarterly earnings.
So less of a passive set-it-and-forget-it investment.
Generally, yes, unless you are fundamentally very bullish on Bitcoin's long-term future and the mining sector specifically. Its near-term path really hinges on whether they can leverage those massive Bitcoin holdings and these new energy partnerships into consistent profit and shareholder value. Things like ETS flows, how that European expansion pans out, and whether any of those speculative AI deals become real, those are likely to shape sentiment through the rest of 2025.
That was a really thorough exploration of Amera Holdings. It's clear there's a lot to weigh: impressive growth and financial health on one side, but significant volatility and sector risks on the other.
Indeed. And it really brings up an important question for anyone looking at this space, doesn't it? In a world where digital assets and the infrastructure behind them are changing so fast, how do you personally weigh a company's solid operational performance against the, frankly, unpredictable nature of the asset it mines?
That's a fundamental tension, isn't it?
It really is. At the heart of investing in this whole sector.
Definitely something to ponder as you continue your own research. Thank you for joining us for this insightful discussion today. We hope you found this breakdown useful, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop those comments, especially if you have a company you want us to look at next time. We'll be back soon with another analysis.